in here. I can't send again. I sent shit IG post months ago. I can only do another one accepted. Trying to contact Tom too. It's for Autism Society UK. Oh, guilt tripping, are we, mate? Oh, wow. Wow, dude. Wow. Doesn't even repeat what his account name is so I can search it up or anything. Wow, dude. Literally guilt tripping to get money off people. Wow. What are you? Some kind of charity? No, you are a charity. Matt Walters. 92. Ooh. That one's in their early 30s. This one's you then, is it? Mr. Pfeiffer? Mr. Joe Pfeiffer looking at. Here we go. What you got? Whoa! Yeah, right, alright. What have you sent me? Alright? What have you sent me? Pov, you sneeze in the UK. Pov, you sneeze in the UK. This is what you've sent me.
Alhamdulillah.
Wow.
MashaAllah.
Bismillah.
Amin.
Allahu Akbar.
This is most... And by the way, chat, this is most of my DMs as well. It's just like, haha, you're getting ethnically replaced. But this isn't no autism charity that you need me to look at. You're just fucking annoying. Fuck you. I ain't accepting your fucking message. There you go. Sorry. It's funny, isn't it? You gotta laugh about it, dude. You can't like end your life or go on a killing spree. You gotta laugh about it. Ghibli singing golden brown texture of my bum. Bang it. What are your rush? Ah, fuck that. You ever watched Sumo Guru? It's good TV. No, I've never watched sumo wrestling. No, never watched it. Never seen sumo wrestling. Guru said front flips are harder than back flips. They are. Chat. Real athletic members of chat that were kids that attempted this shit. You know that's true. I had an argument with them a while ago about this. Back flips are so much easier than front flips. 100%. This guy in chat trying to expose me. Guru said front flips are harder than back flips once. Yeah, because they are. Way harder than back flips. Back flips are fucking easy. I can't do one now. I haven't done one in years. But when I was younger, back flips are way easy compared to front flips. That you could tweak in his game, but I don't know how much he fucking, you know. I really don't know. Thank you for the $2. You'd fuck up Tybura and WCA for sure. I don't think I'd fuck up Waldo Cortez Acosta, but I will say this. If I'm in a fight with Waldo Cortez Acosta, chat, alright, now I'm amped up. If I get into a fight with Waldo Cortez Acosta, I will expose this weakness to low kicks. I'm telling you right now, I've got really good low kicks. I reckon I would easily expose his weakness to low kicks. I don't know if I would then win from that, but he's limping. He's going to be walking real funny on that leg. If Joe Rogan was commentating my debut against Waldo Cortez Acosta, his legs are getting chewed up on the outside, at least. He just knock you out. Maybe eventually, but after he gets his legs chewed up for a minute or two. Impression of flood victims visiting BJ Penn in his dreams? No, we're not doing that. Thank you for the $2. DDP while RDR gets TP. What's TP? What even is TP? You're in his world, friend. Thank you for the 12 months of membership, Luke Madison. I appreciate you. So many great impressions, and then there's your Rogan. Come on, folks. It's not even a thing on accuracy. It's just, I don't know. It's a funny way of speaking that he has. Didn't you just think it'd be funny to see Joe Rogan like pushed over by someone? Like, chat. Imagine some random like thug, like some random kid that's just got a bit of drink in him, is like getting aggressive with Joe Rogan. And Joe Rogan like has this aura moment where he's about to remind him that he's like a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So he gets down with aura and all of his comedian friends get out the way as Joe Rogan steps down to handle this drunk guy that's getting aggressive with them. And then Joe Rogan just gets chinned with one punch. Out cold on the canvas. Dude, the Coleman video is so funny, I know, man. But yeah, dude, that'd be so funny to me, man. Rogan dies, yeah. That'd be funny. Ah! Unbelievable. They wake him back up and he's holding one of their hands like, get out of there. You not want to be there with him. Hold on. What's going on, guys? 5'4" Rogan just getting chinned by some drunk guy, regardless of his combat sports training that he's done. That is the dream. Thank you for the membership for 12 months, Luke Madison. Ruined everything. Stephen Thompson or Bonfirm? Stephen Thompson shall lose by submission. UFC 318 promo is sick. Hamzat will pull out. Okay. Yes, he will. He will indeed. Thank you for the 2 euros, sorry. After Islam gets subbed and then Habib and Umar get KO'd by the aura. Yes, the aura of him being subbed. Yeah. And then Javier Mendez gets pushed down his stairs at the event and falls over and shits his pants and all these like tacos and stuff fall out of him. And yeah, I know what you mean. And then people start jumping Javier Mendez and they're like rummaging through his pockets and they go, oh, what's that? And they take their hand out of their pocket, out of Javier Mendez's pockets, and there's like chili in there. You know what I mean? There's like chili in his pockets. And he has one of those front pockets on his shirt and they push him over. And all of this like guacamole just fucking splurges out of the top of his pocket. And it's just, oh. And he's making a fucking mess on the ground, you know? And they start pouring rice on him and chopping him up into little pieces and dicing him up with the rice. And they start spinning him around in the center of the arena while there's space and cooking him. And they put him on a wok and... I don't know what they're going to do. I'll be there to do that, yeah. Sorry. Hey Goo, impression of Ariel trying to convince CTE Volk, who's on his deathbed, that he's his only son, so that he can inherit all of his wealth. Hey, if he do say who's he coming in here? I can't fucking say a thing, hey. On both sides? Volk, I'm your son. Wait, I thought I had only daughters. I've tried 70 times, Ariel. They're all daughters. No, I'm your oldest son. I'm sorry if I asked if you were gay, John. A fight at the White House and announcing a fight at the White House and banging a gong, Kung Fu style. Gong sound included, please. We've got a lot of fighters, a ton of fighters. I introduce Li Jingliang. Dong. I don't know how a gong sounds. I don't know how a gong sounds. Thank you for the 8 Australian dollars. Hey Guru, who's the most famous person that you know that you reckon has heard of you? I'm sure Putin's heard whiffs of the great Guru by now. Chat, yes or no? The most famous person that I think has heard of me? Well, we know a couple actors, but I'm thinking big time. Trump. Probably Donald Trump. I bet you anything Trump has been in a situation where a discussion, maybe I've been mentioned. Maybe. You know? Yeah, Bernthal, but these are actors. We know these. I bet you Miles Teller. Anything. Miles Teller. A lot of the guys that linger at the UFC events, I bet you anything they've heard about a video of mine or something along those lines. I don't know. Yeah, Trump definitely doesn't know me yet. I sharted after Tapuria KO'd Charles. Haven't washed them since. Thank you for the $5. Yeah, probably Theo Von. I'd imagine Theo Von's seen some videos of mine. That makes sense. Imagine Rogan gets done like D'Andrade Perillo. Thank you for the £2. D'Andrade Perillo. What, like planking midair from the fucking force of the punch that he gets hit with? That would be hilarious. What a reference. Douglas Silva D'Andrade versus fucking Perillo. Again, fucking put parallel in midair. I was laughing earlier about Holloway punch noises. Ilya beats Islam Das on JDM Amiv fight. Thank you for the $2. Oh, Islam's been Amiv had a dash choke on JDM, which JDM escaped. That means Makashev's gonna dash choke JDM. Makashev's been put out by KO. And he actually fucking lost. You guys did this the whole build up to Oliveira versus Tapuria. Fucking Ilya Tapuria. Ilya Tapuria had a moment against Yusuf Zalal where he got hit a couple times in round 3. And I'm like, dude, Oliveira's been finished 10 times. I can have a 5-minute montage of Oliveira being finished. And people were focusing on, Ilya got head kicked by Herbert. Dude, we've seen Oliveira finished. Come on, guys. This is not the same thing. JDM's going to put fucking mustard on Makashev for Volkanovski. Who would win in a spelling bee? Aspinall's son? Cheetos? No, don't. No, we're not doing this. Forget Kayla Harrison. Steel Cup will help against Nunes. It will. It will, to be fair. Thank you for the $5, but we're not doing the other question. Anyone know? And he ended up saying John Africa. Everyone gets onto him about John Africa, but I know he was supposed to be... I know he tried to say... we're getting Ngannou versus John in Africa. He wanted to say John in Africa, and he said John Africa. Come on, guys. He didn't say John. He didn't think his surname was was Africa, you know. But it is funny. But everyone gets on... Dude, Shorb's had so many bad spelling and speaking moments that sometimes people get onto him for the smallest ones. I hope Max Avengers. I've already read these. Already read them. These new Arman fans, PMO came out of nowhere. Did they now? Did the Arman fans come out of nowhere, or are they just Dagestan fans that once hated Arman because he was matched up against Makashev, but now Arman's more like them than Ilya is? Even though he's arguably not more like them than Ilya is. Ilya has just taken a stance aside from them and against them. So therefore, they're just going to sort of rally behind Arman. It's why Arman's magic... Anyone wondered how Arman's magically getting millions of interactions on his tweets? Does no one considered that? Arman tweets anything, millions of interactions now. Since the fight with Ilya Tapuria and Charles Oliveira. Crazy interaction rates out of nowhere. Every fan that wanted Makashev to beat Tapuria and didn't feel like he deserved it has now jumped aboard the Arman Tsarukyan hype wave. They weren't on the Oliveira hype train because they don't like Oliveira from the Makashev Oliveira stuff, but yeah, they rallied immediately behind Arman, dude. Bot accounts, they are. They aren't even bots, but they might as well be. Go on the Jaxxon pod and do an IRL stream with Rampage. Gee, maybe. That'd be a good thing to do. John in Africa, what does the N stand for? Okay, yeah. Alright. Sorry, I'm back. I just saw something funny. Bear just did something. This is so funny on the Jaxxon pod. Something funny. Bear just did something. This is so funny on the Jaxxon pod. Sorry. Bear's so bad on the Jaxxon pod that I'm starting to enjoy how horrible he is for the entire experience. How do you think Bryce versus Saeed goes? Bryce Mitchell might get guillotined, and I'm worried about it. But I'm going to go with Bryce because I think he'll be too big, and I believe in Bryce. I got to pick Bryce. You guys know I have to pick Bryce. But I feel like Saeed's going to guillotine him for real. But I'm going to go with Bryce. Starting Q on the minions. Well, what if he had a stack on his relic shield? Do you know what I mean? Guru held hands with Downs kid, dragged him around. I didn't hold hands with a Downs kid. Sorry, chat. There was a moment on the Jaxxon podcast where Bear is pranking Rampage on the air conditioning by turning it off and making it really cold in the room. And it's in the middle of Malcolm Wellmaker opening up about the loss of his dad. On the Malcolm Wellmaker episode, yeah, he's in the middle of like opening up and he's saying all of this shit. Let me play you some of the stuff that he was saying.
Like I'm the same way. Like, you know, my dad, he passed away when I was super young, when I was like 3 years old. So like I ain't have a dad. So like all my life I was finding big brothers, father figures, and like that's what made me like the gym I'm at right now, bro. Like I call Pops because he's like a dad to me, right?
Can you hear the AC over the top? Can you hear that?
That's why I can't never go nowhere. But like I also feel like my experience like in like street life before that gave me a good radar on like how to read people. Like, did you feel like you had that ability to read people and they
My mind is fight thinking about my finances.
Yeah,
that'd be the
of
last
course.
thing. That'd be the last thing on my mind.
What happened?
They with the AC. They know I'm like it's super cold in here, and he texted that to change the AC.
Oh, that's like a hard no for you.
Got him.
Like
Got him. Dude, Bear has Down syndrome. I love it, dude. He's celebrating like this, pumping his fist and saying, got him. Got him with a prank while Wellmaker is opening up about the loss of his father on the show. Dude, that is such a funny thing. Everyone's saying, bro, please fire Bear off of the fucking podcast. Everyone's talking about getting rid of Bear again, but dude, that is the funniest thing ever. Timing, yeah, dude, it's a timing, dude. Comedic timing like no one else. That Bear texting someone to change the AC on Rampage Jaxxon in the middle of Wellmaker talking about the loss of his dad is insane. Insane levels. I don't know. That's insane stuff there. So you did game. You were a gamer. Yeah. When I was younger. Yeah, I said when I was younger. But when I was like an adult, I didn't see the point in it, mate. Just Impression of Bear pranking Mark Hunt while opening up. Yeah, used to hook tie me up and whip me with an apple branch. I'm sorry, Mark. This guy Bear, he doing crazy stuff again. He pranking me again. Got him. Whoa. What were you saying, Mark? Girl, how long's your ding dong? I don't want to say, dude. I want to be relatable to everyone. You know what I mean? Make sure that we're all just same level, guys. You know what I mean? I'm not this giant, perfect, genetic, 1 in a million, gifted everywhere specimen that just has this mental deficiency that prevents him from his ultimate potential. I'm just one of the boys. Yeah, I'm saying I'm just one of you guys. We're good. Sanko greater than Nina. True. One body in 3 years, by the way. Nah, that's not true. Couple more. MMA Joey makes me sick. Okay. There you go. Race tier list excluding Egg and Spoon. 3-legged race, mate. Gotta go for that one. It's just me in it. I'm joking. Impression of Strickland crying about his abusive dad and then Bear sits on a whoopee cushion. Thank you for the £5. Oh, God.
Yeah, man, he just one day, he said, this is a fucking night, kid. And he held a fucking knife up to my throat. And he said, you want to come defend your mom? You think you're tough? And I thought that night he was going to kill her, Rampage. I got him! God, Rampage, I got him, right? Hook, line, and sinker.
Bear, just no fucking social cues whatsoever. Doing pranks. Dude, doing pranks. Setting up pranks while Wellmaker's being very vulnerable about the loss of his dad is fucking insane. Very, very insane. But it's so funny, dude. Actually his funniest moment.